Alrighty, folks, it's new album review time, and we have the latest from the Rolling Stones, Foreign Tongues. This just came out the other day. I think it was a surprise to a lot of people. A lot of people out there are going to hang it up after Hackney Diamonds. I won't show you the whole booklet because it's basically just lyrics. Did I already lose the hype sticker? What did I do with the hype sticker? There it is. "14 new Stones tracks, including the singles In the Stars and Jealous Lover." Absolutely hideous album cover. I've heard some people say they like it. Let's see. I think it makes Hardwired to Self-Destruct look like a Picasso. So anyway, this is their 25th album. Mick is now 82. Keith is 82 and Ronnie is 79. You get guest appearances from Steve Winwood, who's featured on quite a few songs, Paul McCartney, Ben Montench, Chad Smith. There's even one song with Charlie Watts on here. Drawing a blank as to which one. Well, you know what? I still have this pulled up right here. So let me see which one it is. Hit Me in the Head. So that was recorded, the drum work was recorded, I don't know about the rest of the song, but it was recorded back in 2021, which is of course the year. That was their last session with Charlie Watts, because that was the year he passed away at 80. He does play on another song that was released on here called Bad Luck Hideaway, Charlie Watts. But that's only in the iTunes bonus track. I wish they would have put that one on this album. Lost something else. But it's a long album. 14 tracks, like the hype sticker said, nearly 63 minutes long. The album kicks off with Rough and Twisted. This was actually the first single that they released from the album way back in April, under the pseudonym The Cockroaches, but everybody knows the Cockroaches, the Rolling Stones. They use that pseudonym many times. Got a classic Exile on Main Street sounding riff, some ripping harmonica from Mick Jagger on here. You get some great pianos, some great sax. Steve Jordan does a really cool job on the drums on this one. An excellent kickoff track to the album. Then your technical or actual one of those first single was In the Stars. It was released as a double A-side with Rough and Twisted. I didn't really care for the song when it first came out. Thought it was a little poppy, but it's definitely growing on me. Has a kind of a Steel Wheels meets a Wandering Spirit feel to it. Then Jealous Lover was the third single. This has Mick pulling out his emotional rescue falsetto, but the song sounds very much like Waiting off a Friend, off a Tattoo You. The riffing anyway, the bones of the song. Then Mr. Charm is your next one. It was rumored to be when the people found out there was a new Stones album coming right out, it was rumored that Mr. Charm was going to be the lead-off single. Very Black and Blue sounding song. They Call Me Mr. Charm. That line actually shows up in the pre-chorus. Oddly enough, the actual chorus, or maybe it's the post-chorus, really catchy. I think they could have easily released this as I would have personally released it as a single over Jealous Lover, but that's just me. And then you get the background vocals on that Mr. Charm, stir up some memories of Gimme Shelter. Next track's called Divine Intervention. This harkens back to the Tattoo You era again. Nice saxophone and quality drumming from Steve Jordan again. Ringing Hollow brings us the Country Fried Stones. They're lamenting the sad state of Lady Liberty, at least according to Mick Jagger. Never Want to Lose You is the next track. It's driven by this funky bass line from Daryl Jones, who's toured with the Stones and recorded with the Stones ever since Bill Wyman retired, which has now been way back in '93. Man, that doesn't seem like it's 33 years ago. Then Hit Me in the Head, that's the Charlie Watts track. Another up-tempo bass line, but this time from Andrew Watt. Your guitars and drums and the mixed snarling delivery really bring this tune into its hard driving peak, and you get more wailing harmonica from Mick on this track. Several, maybe 4 tracks, maybe 5 tracks have Mick on the harmonica. He's really going to town on that mouth harp. Then you get You Know I'm No Good. That's an Amy Winehouse cover. The song maintains her soulful feel, and then again, the song is really pushed along by Mick's harmonica. Then Some of Us features Keith on lead vocals. Is it possible that his voice has actually gotten better with age? I guess it could have only really gone one direction, but he actually sounds like he's kind of, his voice and his age are kind of meeting in the middle. Good pub sing-along song. Then Covered in You is your next one. Sounds like this could have been recorded around the Undercover period. Mick spewing out his lyrics like on Undercover of the Night, but the chorus is more akin to something you'd find on a Jagger solo album. Has a more pop sensibility to the chorus. Side Effects is your next one. Definitely has a later era Stones feel, maybe something like Voodoo Lounge. Later era, which is now is almost 30 years ago. This song has Mick comparing his toxic relationship to drug addiction. Then Back in Your Life is the penultimate track. This is Mick's ballad. Longest track on the album, 6 minutes. It's nice, easy-paced ballad until Mick calls out for Ronnie to cut loose at like the 4.5 minute mark. And Ronnie, of course, he cuts loose on the guitar and the horns come in. You get a pretty rousing 2-minute outro to the song. Then the album closes with a Chuck Berry cover, Beautiful Delilah. This definitely, it doesn't even sound like it was produced the same as the rest of the album. It's got a really raw Exile on Main Street production, really raw Exile on Main Street groove to it. So I'm gonna give this 8.25 out of 10. I think Mick sounds great on this. It's incredible that he sounds this good at 82. There's some really good riffs on here from Keith. Great guitar overall, all over the album. A couple of the more crunchy guitar solos, I think maybe Andrew Watt, but the guitar overall on the album is really solid. The session musicians, all top notch. The drumming sounds really good. Bass, the keys, the sax, all of it flows really well. It gives it all those things giving this a old school Stones, 70s Stones feel to the album. It would be a great album to close out their career on. Nice good number at 25. But I hear that they already have 10 more songs ready to go for the next album. So it looks like they're getting some late in life inspiration. Rolling Stones, Foreign Tongues, 8.25 out of 10. All right, you guys have a good one.